It is 1991 in California, a standard weekday morning in a quiet neighborhood. Children are gathering their backpacks, stepping out their front doors, and making the routine walk to the local school bus stop. Among them is 11-year-old Jaycee Dugard, navigating a path she takes every single day. Without warning, a car pulls up. A man and a woman grab her from the street, force her inside, and drive away. In a matter of seconds, the street is empty again. The response was immediate. Local police mobilized by the dozens, conducting organized sweeps of the surrounding woods and canvassing every nearby neighborhood. The community threw its entire weight behind the search. Missing person posters were taped to every brick wall and storefront, while local and national television broadcast her description on a loop. But despite the massive deployment of resources, the trail stopped at the curb. No tire marks were identified, no belongings were left behind, and no witnesses could provide a description that led to a suspect. The event moved past a standard missing persons case. A child had been removed from her life without leaving a single physical trace. The days turned into months, and the months stacked into years. For nearly 2 decades, the investigation remained stagnant. The active search eventually wound down, leaving her family with 18 years of silence. Then, in 2009, the focus shifted to a completely different setting, a university campus. A man arrived on the grounds accompanied by 2 young girls. His interactions with them and his general demeanor caught the attention of campus officials. Based on his behavior, local authorities decided to pull him aside for a routine inquiry. During the questioning, the man's explanation of the children's background began to unravel. As investigators looked deeper into the girls' identities, they were led back to the identity of their mother. They found that woman was Jaycee Dugard. The 1991 search, with all its manpower and media coverage, had found nothing. In the end, it was a routine security check on a university campus that provided the name everyone had been looking for. This discovery raised an immediate logistical question. How does a person stay off the grid for 18 years without leaving a footprint or crossing state lines? The answer was behind a fence. She was held in a hidden, highly controlled compound tucked directly into the backyard of a standard residential house. For the entire duration of her disappearance, she was kept alive and confined within this secret area, a series of structures isolated from the neighborhood around them. While she was the subject of one of the country's most publicized searches, she wasn't in another state or another country. She was surviving in a suburban backyard. When the news broke in 2009 that the girl from the 1991 posters had been found alive, it triggered an immediate national reaction. The focus shifted to Jaycee's recovery. After spending the majority of her life in confinement, she began the transition out of the compound and back into the outside world. She was finally reunited with her family, bridging a gap that had lasted nearly 2 decades. The duration of her disappearance and the circumstances of her rescue made this one of the most significant kidnapping cases in history. Jaycee's return changed how missing persons investigations are approached. It proved that even after decades of total silence, a cold case can still end in survival.